Hello and welcome to SnowRunner, where we found ourselves in Sladen River National Park, where we're going to do difficult run today with the PLAD 440 Buddy. Before we get to that, I did make a discovery for those who've been watching my two other Washington videos. I was doing on Trail of Rain, and it led me here. I haven't completed that, but this place is open. You don't need to do anything, and it does have metal beams for building this bridge, which I am so happy that I don't have to worry about that. It also has the logs you need for this. Let's see, I keep forgetting what that is. Where the road begins. I mean, personally, I wish you had only had to do the trailer, but, which I did off camera, but, oh, and I don't know what this upgrade is yet, but I came so close, and disaster struck. I came up here, it's kind of a little bit of a switchback, that you kind of come up and around, and then you have to kind of rock crawl here. I would have been better served if I had a shorter vehicle like an MTLB or whatever your relatively small, proper size Scout is. And with that, it does look like you could maybe weave your way up trees and go this way. Actually, let me just switch to the Earth Roamer. I got so close, right there. If I had just been a little more to the left, and I wouldn't have rolled over sideways and I could have got the upgrade. But I wasn't, and it cost me, disappointingly, so. Lesson learned. So, probably should have been in something like, oh, this thing. This thing probably would have done it. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that since that's kind of been an ongoing thing. Where do I get those metal beams? So, let's do today's job. Which is just a trailer return. I was originally going to do this one, which, by the way, those don't spawn in the Segalos until you activate the task, Inspirational Delivery. I'm not really a fan of that. It's the same story in a Moroners River. It's a task called Hard to Reach Places, and before you activate it, there's just the trailer there. I don't really understand the idea behind that, and I personally put the task right next to the trailer also. I did try to come here with the crane to do that, but I couldn't make it through here with the crane. It was just a little too much weight. I'm running the 2100T because I haven't discovered the Buddy's unique engine. Also, this truck doesn't get mud tires unless you have the Jack of All Trades DLC tire with it. And I also, when I was back at the garage taking the crane off, I also gave it an off-road, which is kind of useful. So this should just be a simple hookup and pull it out. I guess the guy didn't have the right gearbox or tires for this job and had to abandon the trailer here, so this should be a simple one. He says, this is SnowRunner after all. Hopefully. As far as what it will be able to pull in cargo weight, I don't know yet, because it's really going to depend. I don't know the torque on its unique engine, and that's going to be pretty much decisive thing, because right now with the 2100T it's probably going to be similarly limited as the White Western Star 4964 is, that you can pull some heavy loads, but if the mud gets deep enough, you'll just come to a complete halt. And so, then again, the White Western Star doesn't have any mud tires, so we'll have to see how that fits things. Meanwhile, what's going on here? I just hit a bad angle. Or is it the lack of a locking diff causing the problems? Anyway, this should be a simple drive to the railing yard. So, I just thought we'd enjoy this and show some gameplay of a new truck. Oh, and as a channel update, Expedition of More will be coming back. I just kind of got distracted enjoying playing Washington. But I'm planning for it to either come back next weekend or the weekend after that at the latest. And then we will continue our adventure. I'm not really planning on doing a bunch of videos in this region. I just kind of wanted to do a few because it was the new region. And this truck I'm particularly excited for, to have a balanced truck. One of these older skill ones where you have to have more skill to use it. So anyway, sit back and enjoy. Well, I had to get help because we got stuck. It looks like the lack of that differential is going to kind of be important, and I need that. I think credit to Sabre though, they gave us a surprisingly balanced truck, and I think they did a good job. It doesn't feel super powerful. There, we got it unstuck. Now we'll just park this out of the way and finish delivering these planks. Oh, and I was looking around. The only way that this vehicle gets mud tires is if you have the Jack of all trades DLC, which I think is totally worth it. I'm just kind of surprised because I would have expected this to have access to mud tires. You know, I think you could take this with the 2100T back to Michigan, the first level of the, first region in the game, and it would be surprisingly balanced, so my hats off to Sabre. You did a good job. So, we'll just deliver this, and that will be that. say, it was a little sneaky of the devs if they purposely put these wooden planks on because they knew that it wouldn't give you as much traction as, say, service spare parts, and that's why this is, because you look at these logs and you medium planks and you think, oh, that's going to be a light load. But as you saw that on that compacted dirt, it actually couldn't even shift into low, surprisingly. Which is kind of unexpected. Let's just put it that way. And, oh, wrong place. This is not marked properly. It's kind of always interesting when you run into situations like that. That's kind of the fun of SnowRunner when it catches you off with something. You're like, wait, what? Okay, now we get this trailer as a reward. Okay, that's cool. So I'll just find some place to temporarily park this until I need it. Right here should do about fine. Anyway, thank you for watching.